Thank you so much for tuning in, and this will be the last video of the Hypnosis Series. No. Okay, it's not a big deal. The videos are still gonna continue, but yes, this will be the fourth and last video, and this will focus really on the spirit guide connection hypnotherapy that I do, and this one is actually, I was gonna say this is one of my favorites, but I don't have a favorite. But so this one is it's like very beautiful, and it's like another kind of beautiful. So I don't want to limit myself only by saying it's my favorite, but it's really inspiring. That's what it really is. It's very beautiful and it's very inspiring because people usually leave feeling really good and feeling empowered, and that's what I really love about the spirit guide connection hypnotherapy that I do. And basically, it's in a nutshell, I connect people with their spirit guide or their guardian angel or even loved ones from the other side. I've done it all, and this is something that I just know how to do. Nobody taught me about this. Nobody told me anything about this. This is something that I just discovered that I do as I started first doing hypnotherapy on people. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful because what I do is I create a sacred space in my client's consciousness, and then I bring down their guardian angel or their spirit guide. And there is a difference between spirit guides and guardian angels, by the way. We actually have about 3 spirit guides that are constantly working with us. We actually have more than that, by the way. Throughout our lifetimes, they come and go, because what it is that these are actual spirits that are constantly in contact with our aura. So the way it works is that they are, in a nutshell, your intuition, basically. They're the ones that are guiding you to turn left or turn right. They're guiding you with answers in your head. They even talk to you. A lot of times you think it's you that is talking, but it's not you. It's really them. It comes in as a thought form. So it comes in as your own voice, but it's not you. It's them. But we don't really get to catch it, basically because it comes in our own voice. It comes in as our own voice, but we have a bunch of other chatter going on in our head, so we don't understand the differences. And actually, I teach people how to understand the differences, and through meditation, I teach people how to do that. And so you will, after a while, of practicing, you will see the difference. But yes, they do talk to us all the time, and it doesn't have to be as a thought. It could be as a feeling. It could be through our chakra system. So, but they're constantly in contact with us. They're here to guide us and protect us. And our main guide is really our higher self, which is our soul. And it basically sits like right up top. It's part of our crown chakra, and then we have like 3 other guides, or 6 or whatever. But we have like 3 main ones, and they're constantly in contact and interchanging themselves and stuff like that. And they belong, because they are spirits. They belong in the 4th dimension. The 4th dimension has everything to do with the spirit realm. Okay, so that is where our loved ones are, and that is where they come from as well. And then we have our guardian angels, and our guardian angel is basically the highest form of frequency, the highest vibrational being before Source, before God. And this angel is constantly with us as well to guide us and to protect us. And basically it's all love. Anything that is above the 3rd dimension these are beings that have a lot of love, because everything comes from love, because God is love. So it's very hard for some people to understand that, but once you kind of start to get into this, you'll understand that everything comes from love, and part of being enlightened is having love for other people, telling people on a constant basis, I love you, and really having compassion for other people. And that is how you're actually able to raise your frequency and actually get in contact with these light beings and understand the magic of the universe. But anyway, getting back to the hypnotherapy aspect of it. So basically, I put my client under a beautiful sacred space. I create a sacred space for them however they like. I ask them. Some people like beach, some people they like the forest. I like the cottage because it's enclosed and it's protected. But you know, that's something that is discussed beforehand. And eventually the guardian angel or the spirit guide will come down and we'll meet them. And when that happens, it's the coolest thing ever. I have to say it like that because I don't want to be fancy right now, because it's freaking awesome. When that happens, it's a very cathartic experience, but it's just very touching, because these beings are filled with so much love, and when they get to meet these light beings kind of face to face, because they do come down and they have a conversation and they ask them questions, it's really inspiring, and it's just really you know, it's like wow. And they feel so much love, and sometimes they don't even understand exactly what is going on. They just know that they feel so good. And especially when the guardian angel comes down, it's a really big deal in a way, because they're given so much love, and sometimes they get to even hug them, and they feel so much love. It's so hard to describe it any other way. And I definitely call this a spirituality boost, because when the session is over, they feel so good, and they're different people, really. They really are different people. And they get to sit down and talk and ask questions. And these questions are really based on spirituality and life advancement and things like that. They're not really based on fortune telling. Spirit guides and guardian angels, they don't like to do that. And that is because when it comes to telling fortunes, nothing is set in stone. And they know that, so they don't like to do that. They can give you advice into how to get to where you want to be. They definitely can guide you in that sense. They can tell you what you're lacking. They can even tell you how to meditate to get in contact with them. And I think that's really, really neat. But the reality is that you're not going to get the answer to the lottery numbers, and you're not going to get anything along the lines of fortune, really. So this is something that I really want to stress, because this is a very inspiring and very amazing experience. But I want for people to understand that you have to do this from your heart. You cannot do this with certain intentions in mind, certain egotistical intentions in mind. And that brings me to the next point that I really want to talk about, which is belief. I cannot do this for people if they don't believe. So if they don't believe in spirit guides at all, or they don't believe in guardian angels at all, this will not work for them. And I've had very few clients, I want to say maybe 1, 2, let's say 2, that this didn't work for. And I noticed this had to do with the fact that they don't believe. They were on a low vibrational frequency. And when I mean low vibrational frequency is that they were still working on themselves, and they had to do other work to get to a higher frequency, basically a better state of being, of self-love, for them to understand and believe that this is all really happening. So one of the questions that I get a lot is, how do I know the difference between the fact that I'm making it up and the fact that this is real? And I'm very happy to answer that right now, because that's one of the most popular questions that I get, if not the most popular question that I get. And how you know that it's real. First of all, you as the client, you are experiencing this, you will know when it's real, because your consciousness is gonna do whatever it has to do, and you know that you're not doing it. You see, you will know the difference between the fact that I'm forcing whatever I'm seeing, which is really using your imagination and forcing the situation, and you'll know the difference between, oh, it's happening to me. So that is I mean, I can't see it any other way of explaining it. That is the way that I pretty much see it. I'll give you guys an example. I was meditating some months ago, and I had a very strong meditation where I went to like another planet, and I was in a beautiful beach, and the beach was totally different though than our beaches. The beach had this sand that was gleaming, and it was nighttime, and there was like 1,000 different stars, but there was like 2 planets that were right there. There was like 2 moons on that side, and the water was super crystalline, and the sand was sparkling. And when I got there, at first I didn't think much of it. When I was there in my consciousness and meditating, I didn't think much of it. But what started, because I was like, okay, well, this could be me creating this sacred space for myself, and that's beautiful, that's fine. Remember, everything is, your imagination is tapping into another parallel universe. So, you know, who are we to say that doesn't exist? But in the end, I'm the one that wants to be there, right? That wants to create that for myself. So, so as the meditation kept going, my 2 spirit guides, they showed up, and there were these 2 light beings that were really tall, and they had robes, and they were like shiny, and they were walking down with me. It's so funny. They were walking down with me, and I'm like this small little thing, and then there were these 2 guys, and they were like talking to me. They didn't say much, but they were saying like, listen, you need to be patient, you need to trust yourself, and trust the process. And I was like, okay, cool, you know. And at that time, I was like, okay, you know, I'm not thinking much of it. But then when I turned around and we were walking back, this angel appeared in the middle of the water. And that's when things got really interesting, because that's when I was like, okay, I don't think I wanted that, you know. And the angel appeared, and it was this huge angel, and he appeared, and I'm like, okay, what should I do now? And so I asked myself, or I asked the angel, I said, can you please help me open my heart even more? And when I said that, Jesus Christ appeared in my meditation. He literally appeared right next to the angel, and his heart was gleaming in red, and he went over and he touched my heart, and my heart like expanded. And when that was happening, there was a part of me that was like, what? And that's how you know that it's happening, because it was happening to me. I wasn't asking for these things. So that is the difference, how you know when these things are happening and when you're creating them, because you're like, I wouldn't think of this, you know. So that is how you knew. And it was a beautiful meditation, and during hypnosis, that's what people go through when they meet their spirit guides. They appear to them, and then they're like, oh, they're here. Oh, okay. They look like this and they look like that, and they start asking questions, and they start talking back, and it's a beautiful experience. And I've been able to also bring other people from the other side. They come in and they talk, and they have conversations. I've even brought pets. I've even seen people have pets in their hypnosis sessions. So that's really, really important, guys. And yeah, and I just wanted to end it with this. I really think that you know, I can help a lot of people, and not only that, but this can help so many people. So many of us are looking for something bigger than ourselves, and here it is. You know, this can really help to see the world differently and love yourself a little bit more and love everybody else, because we are all in this together. Okay, guys, I love you so much. And send me some comments, send me some requests, any questions, any doubts. You're more than welcome to contact me. Like my video, share it. I love you all. Mwah.